Hey y'all, happy season 40. This season is tough. And it's always tough going back to Epic because there's people that who like stay in Epic and then they go back to like Epic 4 at the beginning of the season, and then there's Immortals that go back to Epic 1. So the whole clash between high elo and low elo is drives me insane. But this season 39 last season was pretty good. I had hit 10,000 hero power with my main. I tried to chance for 10,500, but I was going against a lot of pro Kaditas. So I ended up getting knocked down. But this was for sure a solid season. It's just a really rough start to the beginning of the season. I don't know if it's like matchmaking is at an all-time low. It's really, really bad this season. Today I'm going to show you guys some gameplay from Epical Glory. And speaking of Epical Glory, last season was tough in Immortal as well because we were paired with Glory. And I don't have problem with Glory players, especially not my friends, but the randoms, it felt like Glory was the new Epic. It was like the randoms would ban the weirdest people that I feel like were far from meta, not even remotely close. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys some gameplay from Epic because I'm still stuck here. But this is supposed to be the round that will get me out of Epic and into Legend. So here with the enemy team, the biggest weakness with your team composition is that they have to land everything. Keep in mind, Gusion has to land her stuff. Hanabi has to land her ultimate, which we all know Dark System Hanabis never land her ultimate. Sivana has to land hers. I guess Faramis can like pull us closer to them to help them land everything, but that's a really unsustainable composition. If you're all like really good, it could work out, but I hate being paired with people like that where it's like they choose all heroes that have to land absolutely everything in such a timely manner to be even remotely effective. So some people ask if I rotate before level 4, and yes and no. It depends on the team composition, enemy composition. If they choose like early game one-shot people or like a Julian who can dominate at level 3, then I'm not going to rotate. I'm just going to hope and pray the team doesn't feed, which God knows is so much to ask for nowadays. But if it's like burst heroes, a little bit lower CC, or even really tanky people that have CC but not as much damage to stack in the early game, then I'll definitely rotate. But for here, with Sylvana coming through mid lane and her already being level 4, I can't rotate until I have 4 because I'm pretty sure she's going to jump on me. And even if she doesn't jump on me, she'll probably jump on Harley or something like that. So I gotta be careful, but you can tell from the enemy composition that Gusion is going to help with her ultimate and the stunning to give Sylvana some kind of opening. So for Gusion players, you want to keep in mind with Faramis, you don't want to roll out your full combo because of the ultimate unless you know it's on cooldown for sure. But what happens is if you roll out your whole ultimate and he goes and does his skill too, then and you get dragged back and can be a huge problem. Reminds me of Diggy, where like I can't do the full combo because he'll just pull me back to his team or whatever. It's pretty much the same thing with Faramis. They both have some help their team have some kind of save ability, CC immunity. I haven't seen Faramis in a long time, so I can't remember the full effects of his ultimate, but I definitely want to bait it out as much as possible. So with the rotating down gold to help Ixia, I was able to get Hanabi out of there. But the good news is that I was able to get her out before Faramis ults. But there's a specific combo you want to do to throw off those type of people who want to ult to save their teammates. So I'll go ahead and rewind it. So here's some macro things. I don't know if Faramis ult was on cooldown or not, but it was really good to get it baited out. But that combo that I just did is usually supposed to be to like surprise the enemy team, to be unpredictable, because there's some predictable combos you can do that are easier. I think that one is a pretty basic combo. It's just about like when to do it, and it's super effective for multiple situations. So here, I'm not sure why I went to the turtle. We have jungle already down, and then it's kind of just like risky. I tried pulling off a play, but as you can tell, it wasn't going to work. But I think it wasn't worth it against that team composition because they were all grouped up, and it was much easier for them to land their skills on me. So I kind of lucked out that I was able to get out. But if you want to talk about getting value, just showing up to that turtle fight and me wasting Petrify wasn't worth it in that situation because there was no way we was going to get the turtle. And let's say even if I did kill Sylvana, it just really wouldn't make much of a difference this early in the game. Then here's basic combo for the mage. You can do your skill 2 right after because she doesn't have a blink skill, so you wouldn't miss either way whether you do your skill 1 first or your skill 2 after your ultimate. So Uranus is having a really hard time playing safe. Like, I don't trust him to handle a 1v2 just because I've analyzed a player and he's just super aggressive. So I'm going to go ahead and help him out. Let's see. Okay, good. I'm surprised that like Faramis rotated up there with no ultimate because I couldn't remember if he had it or not. So here, just some macro. Gusion counters Borg really well, where I can get the armor down really quickly. And to do that before the turtle, since Borg is such an initiative heavy kind of hero or a really good finisher, it was good that he wasn't able to pop up to that team fight. But I should also rotate gold, so I was just trying to like kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't like that the team is not watching gold. I'm noticing that a lot. Like this team is sitting here as if the towers are going to come back or something, and we're really losing really heavily on push. And we're supposed to be pretty good early game. Assuming from Harley, Uranus is supposed to be holding his lane, which she's doing pretty well since they're pretty even in the towers. But Ixia needs to push or we're going to lose because Hanabi can clutch. And if she's already ahead in towers, then well, she gets the best of both worlds. So here, in terms of value, this is my fault. I should have rotated earlier and not worried about the turtle since they kind of have it on lock, but just pop in a really basic combo. I didn't know if he had ultimate or not, but I was going to get out either way, whether he did or not. But to exchange turtle for that tower, that second tower, like right before the inhibitor in 8 minutes, is really bad because if they pop the little bubble in our inhibitor tower and they take lower, then they could probably end the game. So I think it was a really bad trade-off. If Sylvana killed Harley, that means she had to have used her ultimate, and since she's an all-in hero, without her ultimate she's pretty much useless, so there's no reason why we should let her go in any way, shape, or form because there's just no need to, but you don't have to hover your finger over the map to know that. Just keep in mind of that. Those, people like Alpha, Sylvana, Dairoth, once they use their ultimate, once they use their skills, they're pretty much free to kill. So those are the kind of heroes that steamroll like in the mid game. You don't want to let them go. You don't want to let them get away with those kind of plays. So here you can see the enemy team is all grouped up. I didn't want to let them go. They were kind of already overstepping as it is. So I made a saucy play. I made a really saucy play. I felt like it was super cool because I got a 3-man set with Petrify. And this is personally why I use Petrify. I like to make out plays, especially in late game. This play was so saucy, like I had to lick my fingers because I was like, I'm just going to walk up on y'all and just do a quick 3-man set right quick. I'm not going to let them go because Ixia had used her ultimate and I wanted her to get some kind of benefit from that. I didn't really want to leave them open because they're all pretty much free food, so I was like, why not feast right quick, get me fed, because most of these enemy teams would give me a free buffet, but I lose my games if the team is throwing too much. And again with Sylvana, as she's ulting our support for whatever reason, which I think is awful decision from her, just do not let her go when she uses that ultimate. Slipped in and out and was able to get Hanabi too, but with really good team cooperation, that's what's keeping us winning right now. So with the help of the team, I was able to drop a triple kill, and I think in terms of our team composition, I think it's pretty decent because we can group up and we can split because we have 2 assassins, then we have a tank, a support, and Ixia. I think our weakness is the fact that we have little to no CC. Like, we have to rely on Ixia's ult. So if she ever misses her ult, then we have no CC whatsoever. Or if I miss my Petrify skills. So our team composition is pretty 50. When I say 50-50, I mean it's not an all-in team fight team. It's not an all-in split push team. It's not an all-in diving team. We kind of have a mixture of everything, but like not strong in one area, if that makes sense. So you want to keep that in mind. I think with their team, enemy team, they can be a really dominant early game steamroll type of, mid game steamroll kind of team fight team. X40 doesn't have really good push damage. Honeybee needs a little bit of protection when she's trying to push, so they kind of have to stay grouped up for that reason. So here, just a lecture on decision making. As you can tell, Zetchin used her ult to give vision. I didn't want to use my ultimate on Faramis because I don't know if he has ultimate or not, so then it would go to waste. But as you can see, the team is completely out of position. We have Floryn and our marksman actually frontlining, which is a disaster. But here's an important thing. I don't want to let Sylvana go because she's an all-in hero. And if I let her go, they're going to get that Lord for free. So because we have a possibility of giving up the Lord, I have to kill their jungle. I can't let her go. She already used her ultimate. There's no need for me to let her stay because if they get that Lord, and I think it will come down mid. No, it will come down bottom lane. But either way, it's just no point of losing towers for nothing, especially if I can get some kind of control over the game. So one thing I have an obsession with as a Gusion player is that I just love to pick on people, especially people I counter. I wasn't letting this Borg do anything, bro. He's so squishy. He doesn't have Athena's or Radiant. And even if he did, I'd probably still pick on him. So one role Gusion may play when it comes to Lord fighting with the team is that we're usually the ones in charge of guarding the Lord. When the team is trying to come over, the enemy team is not near the Lord, but I always like to stand in their territory to scare off a squishy or something because I think Gusion is most effective from doing that, just both micro and macro wise for the sake of the team. Keeping them away should definitely be Gusion's main objective, even if you have a chance of losing, I guess, your life or something with Gusion. I think it's still worth it because ain't nothing worth it like a Lord that can potentially end the game, especially now after 12 minutes with the little bubbles on the inhibitor towers down. If you make the proper approach, we can end the game. So I'm sitting here chilling. I wanted to be there for the Lord for the team, but with Sylvana trying to split and the fact that we only have our base tower down and the fact that nobody else on my team sees it, I already know what I got to do. I can't stay and have a party with them. I really wanted to kill Major Marksman, but I'm going to have to be extremely careful. I didn't want to go through those bushes near the green buffs because she could be camping there. And I didn't want to chance it, so I was going to go ahead and wrap all the way around on my territory to the inhibitor towers. Pretty much what I did here was give some kind of vision to myself to know where she was. And just like as I mentioned, she was right near those two green buffs, and that's why I didn't go down that path. But now I'm going to do a combo and finish her up. But there's a reason why I did it that specific way, and I'm going to rewind and explain why. I stood here because I'm not near any minions. I'm not near any enemy heroes, so I know there's no vision given to me on their side. And the reason I do the basic combo was I wanted to already reach her and already kill her. S2, ultimate, another S1 first, and then S2, because when I popped in her vision, I wanted to already have done my full roll of daggers, get the combo out the way, so that she'd already be cooked on all full daggers before she even had a chance to react. So that's why when I stepped in her vision, I had the full combo done ahead of time. I wasn't going to get fancy. I wasn't going to do S1 dash into her and get close because she has so much crowd control. So I wanted to keep it from a distance. So here you'll see one last finale play. I'll kind of leave this up to y'all to analyze. I thought it was just seizing opportunities possible, landing a triple kill to end the game. And what I realized is when I'm always recording content, I always use KOF skin for some reason. So I thought I'd switch it up and do 1111. It's my second favorite skin. KOF is my first. I was able to do MVP, get triple, was able to rank up right out of Epic and receive an extra star raise. And I hope I can stay in Epic and not D-rank like I did earlier. Plus 17 MMR is kind of crazy because I'm starting from 3,000 this season, so I lost 7,500 to the reset.